Yo, welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Open Great League, and let's try out a different team here. Before we get this over with, this is going to be the team featuring the Wigglytuff paired with the Charjabug and the Lanturn on their back. Difficult lead here. We're going to stay in for now. We are still going to be able to reach this Icy Wind eventually. We fire off the Icy Wind, and then we're just going to see what they decide to do. They do tank it. They could easily tank that Icy Wind. And now we're just going to allow them to throw this Earthquake. It doesn't quite KO, which is terrible for us because now they get all that extra farm. We know that they are debuffed, so we can tank this Earthquake easily survive that. In fact, we can get to the farm down, which is fantastic. They switch out into their Thorn. We're gonna switch out into our Charjabug. Here you can see we are trying to throw the X Scissors. This X Scissor here will get it into the yellow, and then our opponent here is going to be throwing another move. We're just going to let these go because we know that we want this Spirit Thorn as low as possible. Now the X Scissor does get thrown here. This will take it into the red. Are we going to be able to farm down? No, we aren't. Looks like we're going to have to invest a shield to get the farm down. They don't allow us to farm it down, and we're going to have to fire off this X Scissor. This X Scissor does get a shield, and then our opponent here is able to KO us. And then we're going to use our Surf with our Lanturn. And then our opponent here is going to be without any shields. We're trying to race to a move. Our opponent here does get to a Hydro Cannon. The question is, do they have two? Yes, they do. Unfortunately, unable to get to that Thunderbolt because they had two Hydro Cannons stacked up and unable to win the CAP tie versus that Feraligatr. So a little bit unfortunate that we had all that Charjabug energy go to waste, and then they were able to CAP tie us. Here they have the Altaria. They switch into their Skeletor. We're going to go into our Water Gun Lanturn. This is going to be a great matchup for us. We're going to let the first one go. Shadow Ball does roughly 50%. We're going to throw the Surf here right before they get to their move. They decide to let it go. Makes sense. It's okay. They go back in with their Wish Cache, Shadow Wish Cache here. So we are able to get a Surf through, and that's some good damage. We luckily get to another Surf. This might get a shield. It finally does get a shield, so this is going to put us in a great spot because they're down a shield. They're going to have to use a ton of energy to take out this Charjabug. They throw the move right before we get to the X Scissor, and we're just going to put everything on the line versus our Wigglytuff. We know that we can tank this. Our opponent here does elect to go for the Mud Bomb, but it looks like they have GG's quit because they realize that Altaria has no chance in beating this 2-shield Wigglytuff, so they decide to leave. So nice play by us. We had good matchups the whole entire time. The alignment was just perfect for us, and we just had a stronghold on to the team. All right, next game, let's see what we find. We got the Wigglytuff versus the Annihilate. Great League, expecting them to switch out. They go into the Charjabug. We're going to deal 3 charms before we dip out of there. Trying to catch and discharge, but oh, they actually end up throwing the discharge, so that's really good for us. We're going to throw our own X Scissor, and so now we are in the advantage. Because we did tank a discharge, they have to get to at least 2 X Scissors, and it looks like they do go for the back-to-back, which allows us to farm it down after 1 shield, and now we have a ton of energy. We are running the Crunch Charjabug so that we can do some more neutral damage towards things. Our opponent here does realize we have our Crunch now. They tank both the Crunches. They switch out into the Dugong. We're going to stay with our Wigglytuff again because these charms are adding up. One Disarming Voice does get used. They force out a shield. Our opponent here does go for the Icy Wind. Then we're going to switch out of here to reset the debuff, forcing our opponent to get to at least 2 drill runs at this point. We throw the Surf, and we do get a shield from our opponent. So now we are in a great spot. 1 drill run does get let go. This could be another drill run, or it could be the bait. They go for the bait, and now it is GG's because, okay, they are able to CAP tie us onto this move, but it should be fine. They actually have the Ice Punch. So Ice Punch Annihilate is not going to do well against that Lanturn, and then you can see right there, we switch out to the Wigglytuff, farm it down, and then we are able to reach a Disarming Voice for the KO. So nice play by us, able to use that Wiggly to perfection. We basically had to chip away at every single thing that came back in, and then slowly work our way towards the end game. Alright, Wigglytuff versus the Defense Deoxys. We're going to stay in from now as we are chunking away with our charms, expecting them to throw a Thunderbolt. There's the Thunderbolt. We're going to make sure we throw this on good timing here. Our opponent is staying in, which is interesting. We're going to go for this Icy Wind, and it does grab a shield. So we switch out immediately to the Charjabug. This Psycho Boost is not only not only debuffed, but it's not going to deal that much. Our opponent here does reveal Sableye, and we do have Crunch for this. So we are back with 2 crunches. Our opponent does invest a shield, which is interesting. We go for another crunch. We don't get any debuffs though, so that's a little bit unfortunate. We're going to let this go because we know that we have Wigglytuff here. 1 charm should take this out if they are not at a move. So we do snipe their energy right there. And then we're going to switch on to the Lanturn as soon as they reveal Defense Deoxys. Defense Deoxys here has to get through probably at least 3 moves. And they go for the Psycho Boost, debuff themselves, and they GG's quit because, I don't know, probably a Talonflame in the back, Skarmory. What do we think is in the back right there that they decided just to quit? Alright, next game, let's see what we find. We got the Wigglytuff versus the Sandslash. Okay, this is going to be a little bit trickier. Is it going to be Shadow Claw? It is the Shadow Claw Sandslash, so we are going to be resisting these fast moves. Drill Run does get used. We are able to tank that easily. Then they are going to be able to get to another move here. Ice Punch does get revealed. We are going to throw on good timing here. Icy Wind gets thrown here so that they have to be switching out after we get KO'd here. Unless they let us farm it down, that'd be great. We're going to go to our Water Gun Lanturn here. They do decide to throw a move, and we're just going to tank it because we know that it's debuffed, and it's fine. And then we're going to get some energy on our Charjabug. Our opponent here does have the Annihilate in the back. So Annihilate in the back here is interesting because Annihilate isn't like the best counter to Charjabug, but that's what they're showing us. They do reveal Night Slash right there, and we're just going to apply the pressure. We're going to go for this X-Scissor Bait. If we get a shield, they really don't want to see this Charjabug in the back. So it looks like they are trying to get rid of this Charjabug. We're going to just shield here. They are able to get to another Night Slash though. They are going to get KO'd after that move though. So it does look like they did not want to see Charjabug, and that's why they have Mantine in the back. Go for this Crunch. It does grab a shield, and then we're going to go off with another Crunch here. Trying to get a debuff. No debuff, but that 1 Volt Switch did a huge amount of damage. We switch out immediately into the Lanturn. They go for the Aero Ace, does nothing, and then we're just going to race to a Thunderbolt. Our opponent here is trying to get to a big move. Unfortunately, Aero Ace is not going to be enough. We are able to reach this Thunderbolt here, and boom! Down goes the Mantine right there. So, nice play by us, and GG's to our opponent. Check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.